Tech Talk with Mike Carney and Tony Peterson.
Pop-up ground blinds continue to grow in popularity as increasing numbers of bow hunters use them to get close to big game in all types of hunting.
They seem simple enough, but employing blinds to hunt deer, bears, and other game requires forethought and planning. One common situation that calls for a ground blind is when you plan to hunt an area with no trees large enough to accommodate a tree stand. In that case, you have to consider both location and existing cover.
Whenever possible, blinds like this Ameristep carnivore should be positioned according to prevailing winds. Also consider using an in-the-field ozone generator like Ozonics HR200. It has saved us from detection on multiple hunts in all sorts of scenarios. To further limit your scent signature, the carnivore has a ground skirt to limit scent emissions and to prevent light from entering in from the bottom.
When hunting whitetails, it's almost always necessary to season a blind by setting it out ahead of time and brushing it in. To do that, first consider the backdrop. Is there a tangled thicket or a lone pine tree you can tuck the blind next to? Use a limb saw and a pruner to collect surrounding brush and limbs and position them to conceal the blind edges, top, bottom, and sides to break up the silhouette. If necessary, use twine or zip ties to attach brush directly to your blind. Leave only small spaces in front of the shooting ports and clear a path to the door for easy access.
Though it never hurts, it's usually not necessary to brush in a blind if you're hunting turkeys, pronghorns, coos deer, bears, or even mule deer. Those species don't seem to mind, but elk can be a little more suspicious, so some brushing in of the blind is a good idea. Also, be sure to stake your blind down so a storm doesn't blow it away.
CRP fields can be good ground blind locations too. If the grass is too high, consider using Ameristep's 82-inch tall hub-style harvester or the aluminum frame switch blind, which can be adjusted from 60 to 88 inches tall. That allows you to shoot standing up without your upper bow limb contacting the roof, even for a recurve or longbow shooter. Because the switch is a larger blind with oversized windows, be sure to cover these ports with the included camo screen and just shoot right through it. Just be sure to practice this maneuver in advance, especially if you use expandable broadheads.
Fooling big game at ground level is not only exciting and fun, many times it's your single best option to get into effective range.